Hare Krishna. So you can see my screen, right? Can.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I would be sharing in this class a little bit history about Mahabharata, which I recently came to know. So you can provide corrections wherever required. And we'll be using parallelly this software called as mind map. So there are various softwares that come. So I would be using this one, like xmind 8. So there is xmind 2021 as well. So the software name is xmind 1. So let me close it.
Is it
And
is it free?
yes, the like xmind 21 is paid, but no, not paid, like it's free for 1 year. Then activate, then they will ask you to activate, but you can download both the versions, like you can try. So I tried for 1 year 2021, but I found that 8 also has sufficient features, which is a free version. So it's already installed, so I'll just open
Eight
it
is
up.
eight is also free for 1 year, or after that it is free always.
No. Even 21 is free. Like I think they don't ask for anything. So maybe some of the features would remain close.
Okay.
But I recently moved to Xmind 8, so that is also good enough. So I just started it. It's launching in my another screen. So we'll discuss about one of the key key player in Mahabharata, that is Bhishma Pitama. So the story behind. Okay, so here how it opens, like you can start a topic. So I will start a topic. I can say that we'll read the history about him, that how everything happens. So let me call the central topic as family tree. And here, like in this option, like you can see here the data will be arranged like this. So you can fill the data over here. This will get automatically generated, or vice versa. So what I will do is, since it's a hierarchical kind of organization chart kind of things, so I am putting like this. It's an org chart, and later on we can see the features. So the story starts with, I would say, Shantanu, who was one of the king in, I think, before Pandu and above, many people before him. It starts with Shantanu. Okay, there could be like there would be multiple kings, so we'll start with Shantanu. So Shantanu gets married to Ganga Mata. So we call it personified because in our culture we define like rivers also, they have a personality, right? We keep on listening to that. So Shantanu ask Ganga to get married to her. But what happens is, like, she put some conditions, right? So this is floating topic, like you can say that. So she says that I can get married with you with the condition that whatever I will do, you will not ask me. Okay. So she puts a condition that you will not ask the reason behind it. The so whenever you will ask me the reason, I will leave you. Okay, so Shantanu gets agree that okay, fine, that I'll get married to you and I'll not ask you for the activities that you will do. So what happens is they have a kid. Okay, and okay, so they have their first kid. So what happens is, like, she throws that kid in the river Ganga, and Shantanu could not ask that why you did that, right? Because as soon as he will ask, so what will happen is she can go away, right? And he loves his wife, right? And similarly it happens with 7 kids. Okay, so 7 kids, she throws them into the river. So what happens is, like, when the eighth kid is born, okay, let me know, like, in case you think we are going fast or any doubts are there. Okay, when she throws the 7 kids into the river, there is a eighth kid whose name is Devvrata. Okay, so you see that, like, people initially have care for their spouses, but with the age and all, they have the other feelings, right? They have feelings for their kids and all. So what happens is, when the eighth kid gets born, whose name is Devvrat, like they put the name Devvrat. So he asks that why you are doing this, that you are throwing our kids into that. So she said that if I'll tell you the reason, I will go. Okay, I'll not stay with you. So he says, fine, you go away, but I need my kid. You cannot do this with all my kids. Okay, so so she tells the reason. So there is a backstory behind all this. Like you must have seen that in our literature. There is already a that yeah. This way you can put the relationship also on this. Okay, so it's coming like this. So there is a backstory behind this. So what happens is there is a rishi called as Vasishta, right? You must have heard his name. That he was the guru of Raja Ram, right? Their Kulguru name was Vashisht. So he was having a Kamdhenu guy. So the speciality of Kamdhenu guy is it can give anything you wish, like just like that tree. What is the name of that tree? I'm not. So that the tree Kalp Kalptaru. Yeah.
Kalpataru.
Right, right. So just similar to Kalptaru, this cow is Kamdhenu, and there are various stories for this that various people tried to steal this cow. Okay, so there were three brothers who were Ashtavasu. Okay, so what they did is they tried to steal this cow, this Ashtavasu. They One of them was trying to steal this cow. Okay, but what happened is like there were eight of them, as the name suggests, Ashtavasu. Okay, so one of them was the main person, like whose name was Prabhas. So that guy made the planning that he will steal the Kamdhenu guy, and he involved seven of his brothers. Okay, and they were successful. They even successfully stole that cow. But anyways, Vasishta was a strong Muni, so with his tapasya, he got them back, and he curses these people. Okay, that you have to take birth in this material world. Okay, because you did a wrong thing. But now the thing is, these seven brothers tell that okay, our main brother did the main planning. We were involved in the last part. So why you are please give us some way that how we can get out of this. So Vashishta told that you seven of them you will be born for a short time. Okay,
And
and
when you add something, you just copy pasting, it connects automatically.
no, you click this and you press tab button, or you can right click and insert topic like that.
Oh, okay.
Insert topic,
Yeah,
subtopic.
got it,
Okay,
got it.
so when you press enter, it comes like this. Okay, so it's easy from keyboard, and when you press tab, it comes like subtopic to that topic which is selected.
Got it. Thanks.
So this one brother Prabhas, he will have to live for a long time. So now Ganga tells the same story that these were the like your kids are nothing but those Ashtavasu who have taken birth here. So these seven I have thrown and they have completed their whatever this curse they got it, that they got material birth. But just after their birth, they were thrown into the river. So that's why and now the seventh one, who is Prabhas, who is Devvrat, and Devvrat has a life of 400 years. As we know, Bhishma Pitama lived for around 400 years on this earth. Because of that, he has a long life because of living that. Okay, any doubts as of now, anyone? Or if any mistakes I made, you may correct it.
So you mean that Devvrat will live 400 years on Earth?
Yeah, Bhishma Pitama lived for that much years. So this was not decided at that time, but yeah, he has to fulfill his curse, which was given to him because
Okay.
he stole the Kamdhenu guy.
Okay.
So these people got a workaround that they will be born, but they will be there for a short time.
Okay.
But the other, like the person who did the planning, Prabhas, so he has to live for a long time. Okay, so now what happens is this like Ganga leaves the home. She goes into the river and she never then meets Shantanu. Now what happens? There is another character that get introduced in this. Her name is Satyavati. So Satyavati was a like fisherman's daughter. Like they have that they use boat and do fishing and all. Okay, so Shantanu, like he went to forest, like he's a king, he goes there, so he likes uh, the Satyavati and he proposes her for marriage. So she agrees, being a fisherman, see, a king is coming to you and asking for marriage, then why she will deny? But she says that you can take the permission from my father. Okay, whatever he says, I will do. So now Shantanu goes to the father, and father puts two conditions. One of them is that their son would be the king. Okay, because he has a fear. This Devrat is already born, right? So if these two will produce a kid, then maybe Shantanu will put Devrat as a king. And so his father was concerned that my daughter son would not be king. And the other condition that he even put that their grandson would also be king. So the reason is, like, see, people are always greedy. So they were thinking that even if suppose their kid will become a king, like suppose Satyavati get a kid, right? And suppose he becomes he becomes king, and then Devrat has a kid, right? So that will become the second generation king, right? Being the senior person. So he even puts that condition as well, that the kid that these two generations should be kid. This one should be a kid. This one should sorry king. This one should also be a king, and that guy person should also be a king. Okay, so Shantanu denies this thing. He comes back home and he says that no, that cannot happen. I already have a kid, and he would be become the king because he's my elder son, right? So he comes back, but then Devrat sees his father and he thinks that why my father is sad. Okay, and then he goes back to this his father, and he takes that at that time he takes that pratigya of becoming brahmachari, right? So it is very hard for people at that time to, like, for the Kshatriya especially, right? Kshatriyas have multiple wives and they want to increase their kingdom and generation, their right. So but he was a Kshatriya, but still he took that vow that throughout his life he will not marry, right? So that's at that time his name become Bhishma. His original name was uh, Devrat, but because of that he took that vow, and there is a story that everybody from the sky they start putting flowers on that how a person like him who is a Kshatriya, he has taken the vow. So the whole concept of king ended here, like, right? He now Devrat will not get married, and anyways he will not become king, so he will not have any kids, so he will all that they will also not become king. So so their wish get fulfilled here. Now, what happens is, any questions till now? Okay, let's move. So now Satyavati and Shantanu, they both have two kids. One of them name is Chitrangada. Okay, and the other kid name is Vichitravirya. So now one of them becomes king. But what happens is one of them dies. Like this one dies at a early age. Okay, now only this one becomes, so Devrat and this generation is parallel, right? So these are parents, two mother and one father, and here is the one kid, and she's having two kid, but one of them get died.
But Vichitra Veera and Chitrangda was much lower in age than Devrata because there was a generation gap almost.
Because we can't say, because maybe Devrat was 5 6 years old, right? That age difference we don't know. Maybe suppose he's 6 years of age, and then Shantanu finds Satyavati.
No, no, no. So
Hmm?
actually, okay, I may be wrong, but in whatever we have seen in Mahabharata, Devvrat was given back to Shantanu by Ganga after 18 years of continuous training in the celestial planets. So he was kind of 18 to 20 years. That is what we have
Okay.
seen and heard from multiple places.
Yeah, but considering the level wise, they would be equal, right?
Ah,
So
if
even if
you see
the
the pad positions then same. If you see
Mhm.
the age, then there will be definitely a big gap kind of thing, almost
Correct.
season gap.
Okay, yeah. So this guy now, what happens is, Shiva Prabhu, you want to add something more?
No, I was saying like he took this Bhishma Pratigya, so he must not be 6 year old. He should have been a grown up man.
Ha, yeah, correct, correct. Yeah, that is also a valid point. So yeah, age, yeah, he was maybe 20 or 20 or maybe even more than that. So Satyavati got two kids, Chitrangada and Vichitravirya. and Chitrangada also died in an early age. Now what happens is Vichitravirya, this guy, now he has to get married to someone, right? So what happens is, there is a, I think there is a city around where Pitama goes, and he brings three girls from there, like Kshatriya. There was a province from where I think the marriage was happening with this province. So he brings the three queens from here. Their name was Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika. So now when Bhishma was bringing them, he was on the way. So what happens is, Amba told on the midway that she's already engaged, like she already likes someone, right? So now what happens is, when Bhishma came to know that she already likes someone, so she can't get married to this Vichitravirya, right? So what he says is, okay, you can go back, and she likes the person named Shalva. Now what happens is, when Amba goes back to Shalv, he denies. He says that like I
That is
can.
Shalya. That is Shalya.
Okay.
Shalya.
Shalya denies. He says that Kshatriya took you and now he's releasing you, so I can't take you back. Now she becomes very angry. And just to tell you one of the feature, like here you can even have like, this one is a pro feature, but here you can add some smileys as well. Okay, to make it more explicit or highlight some person who is a personality or something you want to make sure, so that you can add like this from here using markers and priority, and there are some options. Okay, so now she becomes angry that because of Bhishma all these things happening, so she complains to first Parshuram. Okay, Parshuram was the guru of Bhishma. So if we want to draw a relation over there, he was the guru. So he becomes angry that why Bhishma did this. So what happens is, he fights with Bhishma, and the fight goes for 21 days, 23 days, sorry. The fight goes for 23 days, and they keep on fighting, and nobody is winning or losing. So it was like, so at the end they stopped fighting, even though he was the shishya of Parshuram only, but he has that much power that Bhishma was able to fight Parshuram, and then finally they stopped the fight. Okay, and still Amba was not satisfied that there is nothing happened with Bhishma.
So
So
Amba's guru was Parashuram?
no, it was Bhishma's guru.
No, no.
She
How Amba is connected to Parashuram?
she wants to take revenge, so she knows that his guru is Parshuram, so
Okay.
she
That
went there to complain. And there is a history about Parshuram that he has 21 times he have killed the dynasties, like the earth was out of Kshatriyas because people were doing wrong, so he used to kill them, and there were rivers flowing of blood. So he was that much powerful, and he's the avatar of Narayan only, Parshuram. So he used to say that, like in every serials also you will see that he will say that proudly that I have killed 21 dynasties. So he's a very strong person, Parshuram. So now she do tapasya for Shiva. Okay, and Shiva gives the boon that you will be the reason for Bhishma to die. So that's why when you see that the whole when the Mahabharata happened, so this Amba is born as Shikhandi in the next birth. So with whom, like Bhishma only told Arjuna that so when Krishna asked to go to Bhishma so that he can give only the reason that how you can win him, because he's so much powerful. So Bhishma says that okay, Vijay Bhav kind of Ashirwad he gives. But then he says that like you are telling me Vijay Bhav, but I can't win you, right? You are much in power and all. So he says that you bring that girl in front of me and I will leave my weapons and then you can kill me. So that way, like when Shikhandi, they Pandus took her in their team, and then Arjuna brings Shikhandi and he leaves the weapons, and this way like Amba's that anger or revenge you can say get fulfilled, because Shiva gives him the boon that you will be the reason for the death of Bhishma. Shiva Prabhu, you want to say something?
Yeah, one confusion like the Parshuram took the vow that he won't teach Kshatriyas. He will teach only Brahmans. So, and Bhishma was Kshatriya. So, how come like Parshuram was Guru of Bhishma?
Maybe he did that before taking that vow, or his vow is from the beginning.
So Parash,
I think first he killed all the Kshatriyas. So 21 times he killed them, and after that he realized that his main occupation should be teaching people, not like fighting, because that is not his main religion. So
Mhm.
after that he said that he will start teaching, but he said that I will teach only Brahmins. I won't teach Kshatriyas. That's why he even cursed Karn also, because Karn hide the fact that he is Kshatriya from Parshuram in order to get educated from him.
Okay,
So
sure.
that's
So
why, yeah, that's why he got that curse. Like he won't be able to use his Brahmastra Vidya at the time when he will need it most. So not sure like whether something happened even before that, but before that he was fighting dynasties and killing dynasties. So I'm getting confused. Like
okay, no problem. So I have marked this red from applying this option. You can change this. So maybe we can verify that whether he was the guru
if
or
it,
not.
okay, if he is Guru, probably he will be like Bhishma. For Bhishma, the Brahaspati was also the Guru. For Bhishma, the Shukracharya was also Guru because Ganga arranged that all that education in the celestial planet for Bhishma before she handed it over to Shantanu.
Okay, yeah. So maybe we can check, because if there are multiple gurus, there are chances that Parshuram could be one of them. Okay, maybe he has not taught those things, or maybe other things. So okay, so here the story ends for Amba. Okay, now like no, story did not end it. Like she got the boon, and that the Shikhandi thing will happen very later, right? We are into the very much earlier stage where Pandu and Dhritarashtra or Arjuna, nobody is born, right? This is a like, because this person like uh, Bhishma is living for 400 years, right? So she will take rebirth again. So as of now, I'm just telling for the future. So now what happens is Amba and Ambalika, okay, these were the wives of this, but they were not getting a kid. Okay, so now that is a problem, right? How the further there is no kid, then who will take care of, who will become the king for Kurukshetra and all that area? So now there is an entry of another person. Okay, so Satyavati tells Bhishma, his other kid, that she was already married earlier before she got married to someone. Okay, and that was Parashar Muni. Okay, so she will tell that why Parashar Muni, and Parashar Muni is the same person who gives the definition of God, which says that God should possess six opulences, like someone who is most beautiful, right, who is having most strength, and who is the knowledgeable, like most knowledge. What else, Uday Prabhu? Most,
Renunciation,
yeah,
Renunciation,
fame,
renunciation
fame,
fame,
strength. Strength is
fame
what?
and money,
Wealth.
and
Yeah.
wealth.
wealth. Yeah, wealth. So if we see that Krishna has all this, so this is the meaning of the word Bhagwan. So Bhagwan means the person who is having six opulences. He's most beautiful for Krishna. He's most beautiful. The name is most attractive. Strength, he picked up that big Govardhan Parvat. He's very knowledgeable. He gave Gita. And for fame, he is well known in the world. And wealth, Lakshmi is with her wife, so there is no something of wealth. And renunciation example would be, I think he's not very much connected. How would you say, Uday
Yeah.
Prabhu, renunciation?
Basically, Prabhu, their renunciation means lack of attachment to anything,
Right,
right? For
correct.
example, the third chapter, if we see, Krishna says, there is no prescribed task for me in either of the three worlds, right? So that is a way to understand that he is not bound by actually material rules and material desires like attachment, right? So I see some profit opportunity, then I get so attached to it that it's difficult for me to renounce something, right? So if there's a king, he's enjoying opulences. then it's not easy for someone to renounce usually, right? But for Krishna, there is no need of anything because of which he has to be attached to something or he needs something. So in that way, no one can surpass Krishna in the quality of renunciation. Right? He's the ultimate renunciate in that sense. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is Parashar Muni who gave the definition of. So now what Satyavati told is, once I was doing the boat crossover and Parashar Muni was on that boat, and he told me that that he gets the inspiration from inside, that if you get a kid from this lady, that kid would be in future would be a very bright kid and would do very good for the coming generations. Okay, so yeah, but it sounds like something weird. But like in today's, if someone comes to some girl and tell that I want to have kid with you. Okay, so but the situations and the sadhus at that time, so she gets worried. Like Satyavati will tell that people will doubt me, that I will lose things. So he says that I will not be physical with you. Okay, but still we will have kid, and she tells the importance, and the god sitting inside Satyavati also tells her that yeah, it's a good thing. So and those people like who can have kids like that, they are called as prajapatis. Okay, there are prajapatis who will not have that intercourse thing and still they can beget kids. So that Parashar Muni was Prajapati, and he gives the boon to Satyavati as well, that you will not lose your virginity, or and even he gives the boon that that the smell that generally come in fish market, right? The people who stays with fish and all, that will also not come from your body. So she said, okay, fine, for the like for the good of society, I can have that kid. And as soon as that kid is born, his full name was Krishna Dwaipana Das. Dwaipayana Das. Vyas, sorry. So if you read Bhagavatam, this is the name of the Vyas. There are many Vyas, but the one like who has compiled the Vedas and all, his full name is Krishna Dwaipayana Vyas, and he's the kid of Parashar Muni. So and he was the para, even if we read about Krishna birth, so Krishna was also born like that. He transferred via man. So he was not born with the normal way the other babies are born, and it's written in Bhagavatam. So these are the people like who have those powers and they can do things like that.
He's the same Vyasdev who was the Sankalan Karta of Vedas, right?
Right, right, correct. Hmm. So now what she tells, and this person, he simply goes for tapasya. Like as soon as he is born, he goes for tapasya, right? And he did not stay like normal people, like a kid
But
who is.
there is one doubt. For
Mhm,
example, if you see Bhagavad Gita, in
mhm,
the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Vedas are discussed, right? But
mhm.
Vedas are written in almost the same time when Vyasdev was there in the Mahabharata times. So does that mean Vedas were not existing for a long time earlier? Because Vyasdev was Sankalan Karta of Vedas, or this Vyasdev is another somebody else is compiler of it. In the previous Janma, he was the same person as Veda Vyas.
So
Yeah.
I think the ones we have, he has compiled those. Earlier also they were there. Like for example, Gita was there, but not as a part of Mahabharata. Like I think we can say like that, because what we get Gita is from Mahabharata book, right? But before to Mahabharata also the Gyan was there. So we can say Vedas were there, but may not be in the four things that we have or something. Yeah, Uday Prabhu, you can
Yeah,
clear
that's
maybe.
nice. That's correct, bro. So, right, in the earlier ages, the memory of the people was so strong that just by hearing it, right, by oral reception from the guru, the shishya was able to perfectly remember it and was also able to recite it without any mistakes, right? That was the mode of transfer of knowledge, right? So today, when we want to learn about something or understand about something, we look forward for a maybe let's say an article or a book or something, right? So that format, that written format, compiled format is a necessity for us in this age. But in the olden times, knowledge was directly received from the guru through oral reception, right? Directly. So the guru used to teach them verbally, the Shishya used to understand and remember it directly. And then that parampara used to follow, in the sense that that Shishya, he would further pass down the same knowledge without any mistakes further down to the other generation, right? So that was the position of the people in the olden ages. Then Vedavyas, he also, Vedavyas ji's guru is Narad Muni, right? Narad Muni gets the knowledge of Vedas from Lord Brahma himself. Lord Brahma gets it directly from Krishna, right? So in that way, the knowledge of Vedas, as Gaurav Prabhu said, is eternal, right? It is eternally existing, and it's only the reception of the knowledge that was being passed on from one person to the other, right? So Vedavyasji, he saw that in the coming of ages, it's not feasible that people will be able to get this knowledge, through the oral reception. That format is no longer perfect, he saw. And then he took the task of compiling them, right, in a written format so that it is more accessible for us in this, in the fallen age of Kali Yuga. So that is the reason why he compiled it, right? So, but then, yeah, the knowledge of Vedas is eternal, coming directly from God, right? As we will also be seeing that in this 15th chapter, which you already know. I mean, Amit Prabhu.
So you mean that he was the compiler, but that knowledge was already existed
Yes.
earlier. Yeah.
As Krishna says, he is Vedanta Krit, right? Krita means creating. So yeah, he's yes.
This is beautiful prediction, depiction. Wow. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, it is very nice bro. Yeah, I too like it.
Now I can create a lot of, and this is family tree. There may be many things are like this, right?
Yeah, generally I do like earlier I was in a session. So you can create a big one like on certain topic. Since it's a big one, it's loading. And
And
the topic we are
and you
about
keep
to
it as
end.
PDF later, or it is its own extension.
Sorry.
You save it as a PDF, or it has its own extension.
You can export it as a PNG image or PDF also. And there is a online. So this is the one like you can create this much big and add things. For example, you can take the central topic as Bhagavad Gita or a particular chapter and then create its particular things. And there are boundaries also, like many features are there. And while explaining to someone, you can like click on this button and it will come, like you can
Collab.
expand it. And yeah, correct. Okay, so I'll finish this off
Sure,
first.
sure, sure.
There is a small portion remaining. Yeah, so what she says is that we had that kid and he is very powerful and he can help us, okay, in Ambika and Ambalika case. Okay, so what happens is she calls, like after discussing with the Devvrat Bhishma, they call that he was doing tapasya. So Vyasdev comes and they told that please give us the boon so that they can have kids and all. Okay, so now what these kings, like these queens do is they send a dasi instead of them. In front of that, they think that okay, what who sadhu is this, and maybe we should not get killed or some fear they have, so they send a dasi. Now, when that Dasi sees that Vyasdev and he was maybe see he's doing tapasya for many years in a river, sitting inside a pond, kind of. So, like he's not shaving and doing all those things. So people may get fear seeing that person and all. But she does a very good pranam and she gets the boon. So that's why the kid that they have is called is the Vidur. That's why he is their brother only, but he's always called as Dasi Putra, but he's one of the best characters, like who's having a great wisdom and all. And what happened to Ambika and Ambalika was Ambalika, she becomes yellow after seeing that person, na, that how this person is looking. So that's why the kid that gets born is Pandu, and he is only short lived, like just हम पीले पड़ जाते हैं, like we say, right? So after seeing that someone, so that's why that Pandu also get born, and he gets died in an earlier age, and he has basically five sons from two wives, like three sons and two sons. Like first three kids are from one wife, who is Kunti Maharani, and Nakul and Sahadev are from the other wife. And Ambika, what she does is like she closes her eyes when he sees that Muni. So that's why the son that she got is a blind son, and that blind son is Dhritarashtra, and who is having 100 sons and one daughter. Sons and one daughter. So if you see, that's why these people are called, like these sons called Bhishma as Pitama, because he's not there. Like if you see, Pandu is their father, and this is grandfather, and that person is above grandfather, right? This is father, and yeah, he's at the level of their father's father. Like his Pandu, and Pandu have their parent Vichitra Virya, and then so that's why they used to call him and like him Pitama. And like the Prajapati that I told, there are total 12 Prajapati, and I think I don't know the name of all of them, but yeah, they have.
So Prajapati was the son of Parasar Muni. I lost voice. Is it only me?
Yeah, I think I lost Gaurav over. Okay. Yeah, basically, Prajapati refers to Praja is people, right? Pati is the ruler. So in that sense, Prajapati refers to the rulers, coming as descendants of Brahma. Yeah, I'll have to see.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were not audible for almost a minute. So Prajapati,
Yeah. So actually, yeah, something. Mhm.
I was asking
Sorry,
Prajapati
go
was
ahead.
the, in this case Prajapati are shown as the son of Parashar Muni.
The Prajapati is kind of a designation that, so there are different Prajapatis. So I was referring that the people who have that power, kind of like he got kids like Vyas without having the intercourse and all. So that was one of the power. But
Oh,
there
you
are
mean
people
that
who are designated.
there
yeah.
are 12 kind of Prajapati. So Parashar Muni is a kind of Prajapati, you mean?
Yeah, he is the person who was given the designation of Prajapati. Like for example, Bhakti Vedanta is a title, right? It can be given to multiple people. So they have decided, some like Goswamis. So similar to, there are Prajapatis. So I was just
Prajapati is a
using that word
title.
to tell one of the qualities a person have, then he is called Prajapatis.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just reading about it too. It says the word Praja means creation. So anyone who is able to create something, this title of Prajapati is given it to this. Yeah. That's how
And
the sons of Brahma are also Prajapatis.
So
And
every human being is almost a Prajapati then, right? Everybody can beget children, everybody can create something, right?
these are special powers it's in power, not the regular sense of creation.
and also the person is taking care of Praja, right? He's like a king kind of person who is thinking about everyone, not only himself.
Got it.
So this is the place, I think I got in the lecture that the name of that Krishna Dwaipana Vyas was like he's born on an island kind of. So I'm not sure whether this is the same island, but I've been to this place. It's a very beautiful place in Himachal, in Mandi. So this is Parashar Muni ashram over there. So this island that is there, that keeps on moving, like in some season it is on the left, it is on the right and all. You cannot go inside, they have put a fencing over there to keep it clean and all. So yeah, but the person who was telling, who never went here, so he was telling that he was born in a forest, in a kind of forest. So this is a forest kind of, like you can track over there. So here is the Parashar Muni like temple is there. I'm not sure about the history of it, but it's in Himachal Mandi, and in winters it looks like this. So, but when I went, it was looking this, expecting like this.
This is
Okay, so and any
Parashmani
more
Ashram. This is Parashmani Ashram.
so connecting on hotspot? Not ashram, I would say it is the place where he was. Means there is a temple over there. I'm not sure that the history about the temple, but there is a small temple over there. And yeah, and you can change the things from here in this, and then you can export from here or import or open recent things. And some of the features, like I can change this org chart to, like after creating also, if you feel that you have created something else, like select this portion and make it balance. So balance is making it bad because I have these lines and all. So I can make something like tree chart, then it will appear as a tree. So after making also, you can make these changes here, like a matrix and all that stuff. So it will make sure that things are fine. And you can have this special topic or coloring and all that stuff, or make this line fat, thin, that kind of stuff. And you can even add an image also here. It gives the option to that 2021 will not give you that feature, but here it gives the feature like you can add some image and all. Okay, that's it from my side.
No, this is awesome, Gaurav.
Okay.
I think you
Mm.
made the life very simple and explained it very well. So I learned something new, so excited to use it. I installed also in the meantime while you were in the call.
Nice.
Yeah,
This,
it's
yeah.
very useful, and you can make it in such a way that you can remember it. For example, like add something so that even after 3 months, if you see it, so it should not be very much detail and should not be like a word which maybe you can't remember it. So if you
Can
are
you
able to explain, it's good.
click on help once again?
Sorry, help.
Show me the version.
I think Xmind 8 would be there. Update 9, yeah.
Okay, I am seeing something X 2021 installed in my machine.
You can use that one also. No issues are there. Both are intercompatible. Like once you, if you have the Xmind in that version, you can open in this version, and that one is a little easy to use as well.
Okay, but I don't see yours right side saying evaluation mode, but at NextMind 21 it is showing evaluation mode kind of.
Correct, correct. It will show for 365 days. So
It
after
is
that, I'll tell you that what happens. Till then, you can use it.
it is showing something like this. So you can see the screen evaluation mode and all toolbox and everything. I'm not able to see. Probably that may be somewhere.
You just click on that panel, things will come. So they have just removed the clutter. On the right side, there is something called as panel.
Ah, no, the
Yeah.
title
So
was
here everything is there.
okay. ठीक है, Alex.
Title, yeah. Here only things will. Things are there. They have just removed the clutter, and that's why they have brought it like this. But all the features which are there will definitely be here.
Sure, thanks a lot.
Okay. Okay. See you on Monday.
Thanks,
Now I
Deepak.
now I know how consultants
Thanks,
work.
Gaurav.
Okay.
Thank you, Gaurav Prabhu.
I'll share this image as well as Xmind so that you can open and modify it and make it better.
Sure.
That should be
Actually, it was
yeah,
the first time
Siva.
I saw this information so beautifully picturized that I can have it in my mind. Otherwise, little confusion was there.
Yeah, this helps Prabhu really. The hierarchy chart and all, yeah, it was definitely helpful. Yeah. Thank you, Gaurav Prabhu, for your time.
Okay.
Thanks, Gaurav.
Hare Krishna.
We'll meet on Monday. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Bye.
Hare Krishna,
Bye.
everyone.